Camp Dearborn, a place where so many families spent their summers.
I was a camp counselor in youth camp. It was great.
But what happened to his sister when she worked there still haunts him. Strangled, her body found on the side of the road.
That was terrible.
Who would want this 20-year-old dead? And was there something missed in the investigation? Tonight, the defenders examined this cold case that has mystified Milford for 4 decades. There is new interest in an old case tonight involving a teenager, a possible love interest, a local camp, and a long list of clues.
Tonight, the defenders take you inside the investigation, a murder that left a small town on edge and still has so many wondering what happened to Ann Dorgazi. Camp Dearborn. For most, this 600-acre recreational retreat in Milford brings back memories.
People used to drop their kids off in the morning and say be home by 9.
Right.
It was that kind of place.
Bill Dorgazi was a camp counselor there back in the 80s.
And it was great to be there all summer.
Bill loved the place and the people at Camp Dearborn so much, he convinced his sister Ann to work there.
She went down to be a laborer, which meant you set up tents, take care of things, you fix things.
Ann came back summer after summer, eventually living inside this trailer while working on camp property.
Was she ever worried about safety?
Never worried about that.
Ann was independent, strong, and Bill says she could take care of herself. That is, until Saturday, September 26, 1981, the last day she was seen alive.
She was last seen at about 9:30 that evening in one of the shower buildings.
Bill Peterson is a retired Detroit homicide detective who now helps in the Oakland County Sheriff's Cold Case Unit. Peterson said it wasn't uncommon to leave the camp and walk down General Motors Road to a nearby gas station for snacks or cigarettes. Did Ann do that?
Another couple thought they saw somebody that looked like her walking back from Milford to the camp, but they couldn't swear to it.
Days passed. No one heard from the 20-year-old. She wasn't scheduled to work, so no one was looking for her.
Would you say that she had enemies?
Nobody that I would call an enemy.
But maybe some conflicted love interests?
That's a definite possibility.
Then 3 days after she was last seen alive, she was reported missing by a police officer who patrolled the camp as well as was friends with Ann.
He reported that she was missing to the Milford police at about 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Timing, they say, is everything. At about 9:45, a young boy walking along General Motors Boulevard there saw a body near the road. She had socks on. Her shirt was pulled up over her head. Her jeans and underpants were tossed on the ground near her body. That was it.
Police noted her body was not dragged, instead was placed there. But when?
The time?
Yes.
That morning? Why do you say that?
It rained that night, early that morning. Had she been there longer, she would have been wet. She wasn't.
Someone was probably not thinking about that.
Probably not.
Detective Sergeant Scott Tarashevitz has investigated the case over the years.
If someone wanted her dead, why would they want her body to be found?
Because they have a sense of care for the individual.
Early on, detectives zeroed in on a few camp workers. They were cleared. Then, an anonymous typewritten letter was sent to police about Ann's murder, with details police still can't share. And then a crazy twist. At the same time Ann went missing, a polygamous church cult happened to be gathering at the camp at the same time, which gave police a wealth of suspects to investigate. In the end, no arrests.
As time goes on, technology evolves, and there are certain things that can be looked at again. Just because we didn't have that information before doesn't mean we can't have it now.
Could old clues bring new answers thanks to a fresh set of eyes?
We intend to close it.
Pretty confident?
Yes.
Well, Anne's sister, Bill, told me fall is really hard on him. When summer ends and the weather changes, it's a reminder of when his sister was found that September of 1981. And he, of course, is hoping this new interest in the case will bring some arrests by this fall. Detectives tell me they do plan on bringing some people in they consider persons of interest. That could happen very soon. Of course, we're following this case very closely.